What's going on, y'all? So last video, I ranked every single Scream movie in the franchise from worst to best. And today, we're going to be doing a tier list of every single character in Scream, the whole entire franchise. So if you see a character that you remember to be in the movie that wasn't in the tier list, drop it down in the comments below. I have two that I have already noticed, and we'll get to those when we get there. Also, don't get butthurt if your character goes in the worst tier. There's a lot of characters, and there's only 5 tiers. We got over 70 characters, over 6 movies. There's a lot. We're not going to be doing like, Reporter 1, Reporter 2. We're doing characters that have a name. So let's get into these tiers and let's chat them up. So for the bottom tier, we have Who. Like, you honestly don't even remember the character because they're so boring or so bad. And the tier up, we have this guy again. Like, come on, not much better than Who, but at least you know him enough to not like him, maybe. Middle tier, these guys are mid. I remember, you remember them, but you don't care much for them. And the we're getting good tier, we have Legend. You cannot forget these characters. They are nice. They're cool in some of the favorite characters in the franchise. And GOAT tier, the best characters in the franchise, pushing horror icon status. Those are the characters that will be up there. And we got a lot of characters to talk about, so let's get right into it. No time to waste. To kick off our tier list, we have Tatum. She's going in Legend. She had one of the most iconic kills in all of horror, but we only had her for about an hour, so I can't push her up any higher than that, unfortunately. Next, we got Kenny the cameraman. I remember him because Gail called him a fat tub of lard ass.
Move your fat tub of lard ass now!
And you cannot forget that, can you? Next, we have Sheriff Burke also going in I remember for another character, which is Dewey, because Dewey deep-throated an ice cream cone right in front of him, and you can't forget that. It's an image I have framed in my bathroom for reasons I do not have to share. Next, we have Sydney's father, and he's going to go in I remember because he was prime suspect in that first movie. So you really cannot forget that. And also, these are like scrambled, but also in by movie order. So honestly, these are kind of random in the way. So I'm just gonna go through them. We got Phil. I'm really gonna put him in Who. We had this 10 minutes maybe. He got stabbed through the stall and he died, and that was it of Phil. Phil didn't get much time on the screen. Next, we have Casey Beckers, and she's going in GOAT. I know we only had her for 10 minutes as well, but she was marketed so much in that first movie. She is on the cover. She is one of like the poster child of Scream. One of them, there's like 5, but one of the greatest opening scenes in all of horror. She's going in GOAT. Mickey is, I remember Mickey. He was fun. He was he was a killer. I mean, not much to say about Mickey, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. He really, he was a guy. He was a guy. Next, we got Mrs. Loomis, and Mrs. Loomis is a legend because she tried to get revenge for her son, and that's what a good mother would do. And you honestly can't forget the reveal of Mrs. Loomis when she came out of the back of that stage. And, Sydney's like, Mrs. Loomis!
Mrs. Loomis?
Iconic scene, so we're putting her in Legend. Next, we got Cece. Cece's going in this guy again because, she had it was a pretty funny scene when her friend was mocking her on the phone, saying, mama, when someone was in the crib. And I was going to put her in Who because she barely got any screen time, but there was a banger played when she died, so I'm going to have to push her up just 1 for that. Next, we got Derek. Derek is also going in this guy again. He would go in I remember because I do remember him. He was a suspect. but I had to push him down because he did that dumbass dance in the cafeteria, so he's gonna lose a couple points for that. Next, Randy Meeks. Randy Meeks is, I don't even remember, psych. Randy Meeks is the GOAT. He's going in GOAT, no question about it.
Everybody's a suspect!
Everybody's a suspect. And one of the most memorable scenes, all of horror, he told us the rules. He told us how to survive. And he failed to do so. So don't listen to his rules. We got Maureen, Phil's girlfriend, also going in Who, because she was rude to her boyfriend and unlikable character, and was also only there for 10 minutes. And she got stabbed at the Stab movie. How convenient. Next, we got Hallie, Sydney's friend from Scream 2. She is, I'm gonna put her in this guy again. I really don't remember much about Hallie. She kind of just existed and was there to be a red herring. I think originally she was supposed to be the killer, but the script got leaked and then it was Mickey. But yeah, Hallie had a kind of a lame kill as well, so she's just not very memorable for real. Joel. Now Joel, listen. Joel's going in the legend for me. This is Gail's cameraman from the second movie, and you might ask, why is he ahead of Kenny? Why is he ahead of the original cameraman? Well, Joel is a rarity on this list, as he was smart because he got the fuck out of Dodge. He said, you know what, Gail? Fucking around with all this murder shit, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. He called a taxi and he took his ass home. So for that, gotta give him props and throw him in the legend status. He's a funny guy. Oh, right behind him is Gail. Gail's going in GOAT every time. Anybody making a Scream list is going to put Gail in the GOAT category, even though she's a bitch at times. Most of the time. Can't help but love her. Can't help but love Dewey's lover. Next we got, I believe this is Lois. Straight in Who, the two brain-celled sorority girls from the Scream 2. I mean, that was all to the character, in all honesty. We got Cotton Wary. We're teetering on Legend and GOAT. I'm gonna put him on Legend because he's almost in that GOAT category, but I feel he was underutilized and just killed off in Scream 3 too early. He had more. He got framed in the first movie, came back in the second. That was a good plot. That was a good plot maneuver. But ended up dying and was just always chasing fame, being kind of a dickhead. So we're going to throw him here. We have an officer. I got his name over here. Officer Richards is his name. And the fact that I had to look on the paper to see his name tells you where he's going. Straight in Who, because I didn't even remember the dude. Next we got Randy's father. He's going in I Remember. Sorry, not Randy's father, Billy's father. He's going in I Remember. I think his name is Hank. His name's Hank. He's going in I Remember because I do remember him because he's got that wolf haircut and he got it on with Sydney's mom. So he's got the Prescott Riz, so we got to put him in I Remember at least. We got Gus, Sydney's professor from Scream 2. So this guy's going and I remember because I do remember the guy. I'm pretty sure he actually survived Scream 2. And he's pretty cool, man. Like, he was very kind to Sydney when she tried to quit the play, the rehearsal, the school drama club. Very kind guy, so he's gonna go and I Remember. Who is this? I don't even know. Sydney Prescott. Go! She's the GOAT. One of the most iconic horror characters of all time. Probably the most badass final girl. She kicks ass. Sydney Prescott. Straight in GOAT, man. Sydney might be the GOAT of horror movie characters if we're not including villains. Next we got Murphy. Murphy, right with her sister down in Who. 2 IQ points. Sorority girls. That's all they had. Angelina. Going in, I remember. I was going to put him in this guy again, but I do remember Angelina because I thought she was the killer when she dropped all the materials that the killer was using in Scream 3. So, I do remember that. And also, the 2 characters I were talking about that I saw were missing is the 2 detectives that were hired to follow Sydney around in Scream 2. And I'm going to put, I don't know the 2 name. I'm going to put them both in the same tier. I'm going to put both in Legend because they had some nice kills and they were pretty funny. They did a terrible job at looking after Sydney, but there's some nice kills. Though probably the most gruesome kill until Scream 5 in the franchise goes to the one detective when Ghostface crashed into the metal poles and he was twitching. That was pretty sick. Next we got Sarah Darling. I'm putting in this guy again. She existed. She was there for a few seconds and got canned. So only thing I do remember about her is that there were many Ghostface in the room when she got killed, and she had like a lame kill. She got thrown through a door. That's pretty lame. You can probably survive that. What are we doing? So she's going in this guy again. We gotta look up this guy's name, so I'll tell you where he's going. Tom Prince. He's going in Who? Who is Tom? You know, he was a guy that blew up in Scream 3 when he was reading the script in the house, and that's who, I guess. Next, we have what are we doing? We're gonna go I Remember. He wasn't too iconic, but the only reason I'm putting him in I Remember is because he had one of the funniest jokes in all the franchise when the director had asked him, do you think the killings are related to Stab? And he said, I'll put the clip in.
There's no reason to presume that Cotton's death had anything to do with this movie, is there?
He was making a movie called Stab. He was stabbed.
Funny guy. Going in I Remember. I gotta tell you his name, though. His name is Detective Wallace. Jennifer Jolie. Going in I Remember. For just being a little ditzy, funny girl jumping up in Steven Stone's lap. This was Dewey's girlfriend, and she played Gail in Stab 3, I believe. Memorable enough. Steven Stone's a legend. Steven Stone is a legend. This is Joe from Family Guy. I could not put him in Legend. Wanted to bump him up to GOAT, but he died. And he also had a nice kill. He walked over, died right in front of his pals just to show him how much of a badass he was. This was Jennifer Jolie's bodyguard as well. Stu Macher, I'm not even playing around. He's going straight to GOAT. Y'all know, I love Stu. Funniest character in the whole franchise, I think, behind Dewey. And, well, Dewey for the first 2 movies, and then he starts getting serious. Not as funny, but Stu. And just that third act of the first film is just so funny. It's just so funny.
Hey, what are you gonna tell them?
Peer pressure. I'm far too sensitive.
Every time I watch it, I just die laughing. I love Stu, and I hope he makes a return, even though he's dead. Maybe he's not. Let's see him in Scream 7, please. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. Roman Bridger. Who? This guy is the worst Ghostface killer, the worst reveal. He is, in my opinion, why Scream 3 is the worst out of the franchise. Just a lame character, all in all. Really, not even integrated into the story. In all honesty, like just lame. Just who? Tyson Fox, following his buddy Roman Bridger, in Who. He died from Ghostface pulling the rug on him. And, that should explain it. Christine, going in this guy again, because this is Cotton's wife or girlfriend, so I had to pay her a little bit of respect. I had to put her in here. And, She fell for Ghostface antics, and that's why her and Cotton died. So she was in here for like 10 minutes. Can't ask too much from her. Oh, what a stinker. What a stinker, man. John Milton. Who? Just because such a dickhead character. And honestly, just for his actions that his character took in the Stab universe, and not the Stab universe, but in the Scream universe, he is going in who? Didn't like him. Not a good character, man. Steve is a legend. I want to put him up there with his girlfriend Casey, but I can't. One of the best opening scenes ever. He was only on there for 10 minutes, just like Casey, but didn't really get to talk much, and he kind of got cucked by Casey. Casey was flirting with Ghostface a little bit on the phone, said she didn't have a boyfriend, but my boy Steve was tied up outside, and I bet he liked that. But Steve, he's a legend. The Deuster. The Dewdrop. Doofus himself is GOAT. Doofus is probably the fan favorite of the whole entire franchise. It's very sad to see him go in Scream 5, but he is definitely going in GOAT. From him deep-throating ice cream, from him holding the mask while a victim is escaping the house, scaring them once again. Doofus is just an idiot. From him flirting on the job while trying to discover murders. Doofus is truly a doofus, and he's going in GOAT. Funny guy. I love him. Detective Kincaid. Putting him in legend. He tried his hardest to save our girl, Sydney, and he ended up marrying her later in the franchise, so I gotta pay our respects to Sydney and throw him up here. We got Bianca. Putting her in this guy again. She was pretty funny when they came down the stairs, but looking for the files in Scream 3, and only she had 5 seconds, but she was pretty funny and helped solve the mystery of Scream 3, so I'm gonna throw in this guy again. We got Principal Hembry. Putting Principal Hembry in I Remember, because I really did like him. He was a kind man, and I really felt bad when the kids decided they were excited to hear that he had been killed, murdered, brutally, and hung up on the goalpost. They couldn't wait to go see him. And you can't help but feel bad for Hembry. And he had that nice scene with Freddy. That was good. That was good stuff. So Hembry's going in I Remember. Martha Meeks. Martha Meeks is going in legend because she's the brother of Randy. She helped bring us a tape of Randy in Scream 3 when we missed him very much. And later on, she created with her own uterus 2 amazing characters later on in the franchise. So we gotta just thank her for that and pay our respects and put her in legend. We got Liv McKenzie. She's going in this guy again. Just another red herring. Chad's girlfriend from Scream 5. She was just thrown in there for a red herring, honestly, and that's why she's going in this guy again. Detective, I believe, Haas. I believe it is Detective Haas. He is going in who? He's going in who? You know, you fail to do a house check to make sure Sydney is safe and Jill, then you end up getting killed by Ghostface, and it's just a terrible. You're a cop, man, and you're facing a knife. Let's do better. Let's do better. Next, we got Kirby. Kirby's going in GOAT. She didn't appear in one movie. She appeared in 2 separate movies and came back and helped Sam, Tara defeat the Baileys the Kershes in Scream 6. So, gotta pay her respects, and she survived the stabbing. She died for 4 minutes, technically, so.
Technically, I did die for 4 minutes.
That's GOAT status. Only a GOAT could do some shit like that. Next, we have Sydney's aunt and Jill's mom, Kate Roberts. She is going in this guy again because she raised a dickhead daughter that wanted to kill her cousin for fame. What are we doing? And why are we getting groceries in the middle of a murder spree? That's also a question I always had for her, and that led to her death. She didn't have too much screen time. So Quinn. She just for the plot hole, I'm putting her in I remember. Because you know what? I do remember that she died and came back to life magically. Or body was replaced. You know, it still don't sit right with me. I still can't see past that. And it's like, what takes down Scream 6 for me? Even though I still love it, but that takes it down. And she's going and I remember. Because also, why are you trying to kill your friends? Like, let's not do that. Come on. Next, we have, I don't even remember this girl's name. Rebecca Walters. She is who? Because she was just an old dickhead who died. That is it. That's it. And next, we have Jenny. Jenny is going in this guy again because she was in here for like 4 minutes at the beginning. She was in a Stab movie, which was the intro to Scream 4. So she really isn't even in the Scream universe. So it's like, you know, this guy again. So here we go. Next, we got Chloe. Now, Chloe is going one above. You know what? We're putting Chloe in Legend. We're putting Chloe in Legend. Yes, she was also only here for a couple minutes in the intro to Scream 4 in the Stab universe. In the Stab movie, like Stab 7 or 8. But the scene was pretty sick. Her and her friend sitting on the couch discussing Stab. Her friend said she didn't like Stab, so she stabbed her. And that's brutal. And I didn't see it coming, and I like that scene. So she's going in Legend. Boom. Billy motherfucking Loomis is a goat. Going in goat. You can't deny it. Billy Loomis is just, he did such a psychopath and just completes the movie. I love how
Corn syrup. Same stuff they use for pig's blood and carrots.
his corn syrup, you know, everyone goes psycho a little bit. He was just such a psychopath and you can't help but love it. You can't help but love it. And he's just a goat. You think Scream, you think Billy Loomis. He's one of the characters you think about. But you love Billy. Everyone loves Billy. Next we got Detective Perkins. He's going one up Detective Haas. He's not a detective actually. Deputy Perkins. So Deputy Perkins is going in this guy again. Because like Haas, he was messing around. He was stupid. And he's staying low because he was making comments about high school girls. This dude's probably like 30, you know, it's pretty messed up, my guy, but he paid the price. He got killed, but he had kind of a nice death because he was walking. He was trying to fight back while dying, and that was pretty funny scene. So Perkins is this guy again. We got Jill Roberts. Jill Roberts is a legend. I mean, she is a legend. She tried to take down her own cousin, but you cannot take down the GOAT, Sidney Prescott. She tried her best though. And that little sequence of her just destroying herself for evidence. And if I do remember correctly, she is the closest to actually getting away with the scheme of framing Sidney for the murders and killing everybody. She got very close, made it to the hospital, but then she got booked. Jill is a legend. Marnie Cooper. Marnie was also with her girl in the intro to Scream 4 in the Stab universe and the Stab movies. So she's going in this guy again. She's on there for 4 minutes and nothing too memorable. Just opened the door. I think she was the one that opened the door and she got killed. Charlie. I remember Charlie. You are going with Quinn in the lame Ghostface. Come on. Not the best Ghostface reveal. I knew it was going to be either him or Robbie. It ended up being him. And he trusted his partner too much. She ended up killing him. So just for that, it's going, I remember. Judy Hicks. Judy Hicks is a legend. She is a legend. She worked alongside our boy Doofus. She tried to get stuff done. She ended up getting booked, but she tried to save her son, Wes. And you gotta love her for that. That is mad respect.
No thanks.
Sheriff, you're not cheating on your wife if you eat my lemon square.
I'll take a lemon square, Judy. Rest in peace. Robbie's going right next to Charlie because they essentially were the same character. I was ready for one of them to be the killer and end up being Charlie. Could have been Robbie. Really gave off the same character vibes. You know, not too different for me. So I'm going to put him right there and I remember. We got Trudy. Trudy is going to join her friends over in this guy again because she was also Scream 4 intro, Stab Universe, Stab movies, in there for upwards of 10 minutes. So she's in this guy again. Now we got Rachel, the girl who was stabbed by Chloe right here. And why are you hating on the Stab movies? You're going to this guy again because you weren't on the screen that much. And why are you hating on the Stab movies? That's why your girl Chloe stabbed you. You should have appreciated the movie in front of you. So this guy again. Next we got Sherry. I'm going in with the girls of the intro to Scream 4. Once again, same reasoning. In the Stab universe, Stab movies, she was on there for upwards of 10 minutes. That's it. So she is right here in this guy again. Richie Kirsch, the killer. Scream 5. He's a legend. He's a legend because he set up Scream 6. His family came back for revenge. I think it was a great job. He was such a nice guy. You could tell something was off. He was maybe going to be the killer, but a little strange. But he did such a great job at turning that switch from just being a friendly old guy to, oh yeah, this guy murders people. And it kind of caught me off guard. And he did such a great job. So I'm putting him in legend. Amber's going in GOAT. Amber, in my opinion, was one of the greatest Ghostface reveals. And she did all the work for Richie. Richie was just a little bitch. His girl was doing all the work. She was killing everybody. She set up all this stuff. And I gotta respect it. It was one of the sickest Ghostface reveals. And her kill was so sick. She got caught on fire and just got decimated. Gail fucked her shit up. Gail and Sydney fucked her shit up. She's going in GOAT status. We got Olivia. I remember. Lame character, essentially. Just kind of existed to get killed. Didn't have too much dialogue. Really just existed. Got hit on by Officer Perkins. That's kind of weird. But I remember. Next, we got Chad. Chad's going in GOAT. Randy's nephew. Martha's son. He's a meek. He's a GOAT. And he had more time to prove himself than his mom. So he's going one tier above. And he was able to survive many stabbings in his time. So he's a badass. Tara is going in GOAT. Tara got absolutely destroyed in the intro to Scream 5, as with Casey, but she survived. And she beat Ghostface's ass. She's a badass. So she's going in GOAT. We got Mindy. Mindy replaced Randy. She's going up there with Randy. Randy's, what's nephew for a girl? I don't know that word. But Martha's her mother as well. She's in the Meeks family. She's a GOAT. She had more time to prove herself than her mom. So she is going a tier above. She's a GOAT. And she was there to give us the movie lore, the slasher cliches, the franchise cliches, the sequel, prequel, requel cliches. And she took Randy's spot essentially and did a great job at it. So she's going in GOAT. Wes Hicks. I'm putting him right with his mom in legend. Mad respect. They named Wes after Wes Craven. I thought that was pretty sick. And he had a sort of a you thought he was gonna die in the shower. You thought he was gonna be like a psycho kill, but it wasn't. That was a nice little lead up, and then he opened all the doors. No Ghostface until finally, after building all that tension, he was stabbed at the door. I think that was a great scene, great kill. So he's going in legend. We got Vince. Vince was a dickhead who died while taking a piss. Sam is a GOAT. She's going up there with Tara, related to Billy, but she decided to flip her bloodline. She went, her father's bad, she had bad in her blood, she felt good to kill, but she decided to be good and to defeat bad, to defeat Ghostface. And you gotta give her respect for that. Professor Laura Crane. Listen, Laura, I remember you. You know why I remember you? Because you teach class on slasher, but walked into a dark alley alone and got killed. Iconic. Great opening scene to Scream 6, but you got carved by Jason. Carvey. I mean, come on. You teach slasher. You can't walk into the alley. Come on, Laura. Trevor. See, from Scream 4, he was just he was kind of just a dickhead character. And then he ended up dying. And I think he got his dick shot, so that's kind of tough, my guy. But, who? Also, going to who? Dr. Stone. Couldn't even get an original name. Try to copy my boy Steven Stone. You're going in who? Because why are you a therapist if you're going to be a dickhead? I don't think that is in the right practice. So, screw you, man. Annika, I'm going in legend. I'm going in legend because you were the girlfriend to our girl, Mindy. And you had a kind of nice kill. Trying to climb over that ladder. Tension was building, but Ghostface flipped you and you hit through the garbage can and you died. Also, got the stab and twist, as I like to call it. Stab and twist. Pretty brutal. Annika got fucked up in Scream 6 and she is dead. R.I.P. Travis Scott. Travis Scott. Travis Kelce. Oh, I mean, Danny. Danny. I like Danny. I'm putting Danny in legend. I like him. He was pretty cool. He was kind of billed as a red herring, as a suspect, but he was a really nice guy and understood when Sam said, I don't want you to come with me because my last boyfriend was trying to kill me and shit. And he understood. So you got to give mad respect to that. And he was always there to comfort her. So very nice guy. And I'm putting him in here. Jason Carvey. Jason Carvey. This guy again. But he couldn't even complete the job. He lasted, one kill as Ghostface. And he got shit on. You got to have a better, thorough plan if you want to be Ghostface, Jason. Also, his friend's not on this list, too. He would go right there with him. Detective Bailey. I'm going to put you one higher than Quinn because I actually didn't expect you to be Ghostface. I didn't expect him to be Ghostface. That was kind of a surprise. Unlike his son, Ethan, and his son, Richie. So I'm putting him in legend. Did a good job. Kind of tricked Sam at the end. Said, hey, Kirby, she's probably the killer. Sam bought it. And then Bailey died and had a pretty nice kill. He got stabbed right through the sniffer. Or the eyeball, I think. Yeah, he got stabbed right through the eyeball. So that's a pretty nice kill. I remember you, pal. So you are going, and I remember, his name is Deputy Vincent. So he is going, and I remember, because he had a very goofy little scene when coming to check out the hospital room after Sam said she was attacked while visiting Tara at the hospital. And he came in there, definitely not Dewey. Very goofy type of, he kind of reminded me of Dewey a little bit. So I'm putting him, I remember, even though he's only on the screen for just a little second. Next, I don't fully know who this guy is, but I believe it's Frankie from Scream 6. The girl Tara was trying to hook up with. And I'm putting him in who, because apparently he was a dickhead, like to do sex with the women at parties, in not the right way. That's how they describe his character. So he's gonna go in who? Dickhead guy, Frankie, got tased in the balls and he deserved it. So he's going in who? Last but not least, Ethan. Ethan's going up with his father in legend. He's, Richie's brother, but he really was part of the story.
Am I gonna die a virgin?
And he had a few good jokes in there, part of the squad. And even though we saw him being Ghostface, I think it was a great use of him. I knew it was going to be him. I didn't know who else was going to be the Ghostface with him. Certainly not Quinn because she was dead. But I'm expecting unexpected, I guess. Ethan's a legend for me. And, that's it. That's it right here. Take it all in. Take it all in because that's it right here. Thank y'all so much for watching. Drop a comment down below letting me know your favorite Scream character. And don't be shy to get a little freaky with it. Don't just everyone say Sydney. Let's get a little freaky with it. Or name your worst Scream character. Whatever you feel like doing. Drop some characters down below. Oh, please let me know the ones I missed. I know there's got to be some out there I missed. And not the reporters, not the tiny, the BiPAP, people in the back of the crowd, not any of that. Characters that have a name and were worth a damn. Some of them weren't even on this list, but you know what I'm saying. Please drop a like and hit that subscribe button, or all the Ghostface killers on this list will be in your kitchen with a banana. And yeah, you don't want that. Thank y'all so much for watching, and have a blessed day. Peace.